Hi students, today we can start our chemistry class. We are starting with a new chapter, Is Matter Around Us Pure? In the first chapter, you have already studied what is a matter. Can you recall what is the definition of matter? You studied that matter exists in three forms. Which are the three states of matter? They are. When you studied the classification of matter, you understood that matter exists in three forms due to the difference in the arrangement of particles in it. On the basis of this, substances are divided into two. They are pure substance and mixture. First, we can discuss what is a pure substance and the different examples of pure substance. A pure substance is a substance that contains only one type of particle in it. Example, salt and water. Suppose we mixed salt and water together, then that solution will not be a pure substance because in it different types of particles of salt is mixed in water. But if it is separated, we can say that salt is a pure substance and water is a pure substance since it contains only the particles of it. Next we can study what is a mixture. A mixture is a substance made by combining two or more things. Depending on the arrangement of particles, mixtures are generally divided into two. They are homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Mixtures are of two types, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. In homogeneous mixture, particles are equally distributed so that you can't distinguish the components in it. Some examples given below are chocolate, orange juice, etc. In heterogeneous mixture, all components of the mixture are visible because they do not mix together. Particles are not distributed evenly. Example, sand and water, vegetable soup, oil and water. Some examples of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures are air, salt water, sugar water, brass, different type of solutions are examples of homogeneous mixture. Soil, sand and water, oil and water are examples of heterogeneous solution. So you understood that homogeneous mixtures have same type of particles in it, but heterogeneous mixtures have different types of particles in it. We can discuss this with the help of an activity. Take 4 beakers and mark A, B, C and D. In beaker A, take 50 ml of water and add 1 spatula full of copper sulfate powder. In beaker B, take 50 ml of water and 2 spatula full of copper sulfate powder. In beaker C and D, take different amount of copper sulfate and potassium permanganate or common salt and mix the given components to form a mixture. Report the observations on the uniformity in color and texture. Beaker A and B obtained a mixture which has a uniform composition throughout. Such mixtures are called homogeneous mixtures or solution. In beaker C and D, we can see that it is a mixture which contain physically distinct parts and have non-uniform composition. Such mixtures are called heterogeneous mixture. So students, from this activity you understood that group A and B got a composition which is uniform throughout. Such mixtures are called homogeneous mixture. For example, sugar solution, salt solution are all examples of homogeneous mixture. But group C and D got a mixture which is having a physically distinct part and have non-variable composition. Such mixtures are called heterogeneous mixture. For example, oil and water, iron fillings and water are all examples of what? Heterogeneous mixture. This activity helps you to understand the different properties of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. So the differences between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures are depending on the type arrangement of particles, the heterogeneous may be of different types, that is solution, colloidal solution or suspension. We can understand this with the help of an activity. The activity is as follows. Take 4 beakers and mark A, B, C and D. Take equal amount of water in 4 beakers. In beaker A, add few crystals of copper sulfate. In beaker B, 1 spatula full of copper sulfate. In beaker C, chalk powder. And beaker D, few drops of milk. Stir all the beakers and observe the changes that happens in it. Direct a beam of light from a torch through the beaker containing the mixture and observe from the front. Observe whether the path of the beam of light is visible. Leave the mixtures undisturbed for a few minutes and observe it. After some time, we can see that all the 4 beakers are having some differences in it. In beaker C, we can see that the particles are suspended under the solution, and A and B are equally distributed. So we can separate the solution of beaker C with the use of a process called filtration. Students, from this activity you understood that group A and B got a solution, B got suspension, and D got a colloidal solution. We can have a detailed study of these on the next class. So all have to read the introduction, activity 2.1 and 2.2 and write the respective questions in your notebook. Thank you.